What's up, y'all? My name is Devontae, and I sacrifice my time so you don't have to. You see that title? You see that title right there, man? That's all AEW is about nowadays, man. It's not even about the pro wrestling anymore. And people say, Devontae, why do you comment on it then? Because that's all they're about. I don't know how many times I have to read you guys the Riot Act and tell you that I'm a professional wrestling commentary channel. How many times do I have to say it? The things that pop up in the news, whether it's kayfabe or whether it's real, depending on how interesting it is, I'm gonna talk about it. And unfortunately, this is all AEW is about nowadays. This is their image, their fucking low-cal status at this point, man. Give me a couple seconds to just kind of give you a metaphor comparison to how I look at AEW at the moment, right? I look at AEW no different than how I look at hip-hop music nowadays, right? Like 2010s hip-hop music going into nowadays the crunk music, nowadays the drill music. You know, things that I look at and I say to myself, oh, you're the reason why people look at hip-hop music and they say that it takes absolutely no talent to do what they're doing currently at the moment, right? You're the reason why that aesthetic actually exists, that it doesn't take any talent to do hip-hop music. Because they can just take a sample that was already sampled, that most likely was already sampled by that sample that was sampled, take that, flip it, go into a computer machine, loop shit over and over and over again with their stupid ass producer's name in the beginning of the fucking song, put it out there, dance around like a bunch of fucking Nimrods, and just throw in some nonsensical, non-rhyming lyrics, if you even want to call that, inside it, and just say, look guys, this is a new song. As long as you can vibe to it and then create some stupid fucking dance out of it, then we just became successful. Even though in about 3 weeks you're gonna forget about this when the next stupid fucking song comes out that does exactly what we do. And the trend continues and continues and continues, and it's just nothing more than a stereotype at this point, right? Here's the building blocks for how hip-hop used to actually get over with the masses back in the days, that from a technical aspect you can actually say, yes, that's legitimately difficult. What a DJ did back in the 1980s and the 1990s, these guys do on their computer, and it takes them 10 hours to get the right type of sound. These guys back in the 1980s and the 1990s, scratching their fucking disc and doing all the disc jockey stuff, they can do what a computer did. Now, back then, one take right there in front of everybody. That takes talent. Having a dude come out there and off the top of the dome spit 3-paragraph poetry in less than a minute, have it be comprehensive, cohesive, linear, and it makes sense, that's freestyling. That takes talent. Or even sitting down and having to write out something. If you know what you're doing and it's really, really good and really, really compelling, my dude, you're a poet. That's how hip-hop used to be back in the days. That was the technical aspect of hip-hop. And you see how these Nimrods use it nowadays, how they run with it nowadays. That's why no one has respect for any hip-hop music. It's hip-hop, not hip-hop, hip-hop. Get it right. That's exactly how I look at AEW nowadays in comparison to the wrestling world in general when looking at the historical context and actually just the history in general of professional wrestling. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, AEW that is, man. They don't. They have no clue what they're doing, and we've been saying this for so long. But it's becoming a trend right now that almost anything regarding AEW has nothing to do with the content of the product in itself. Never do you get the opportunity to soak in what the fuck they're actually doing, because even if you focus on the content within the ring, it's gonna get criticized because it's fucking stupid. They don't know what they're doing. So then they lash out at people for criticizing the stupid fucking product. And rather than just taking the criticism, because I can understand, if it happens to be a lie, then that's cool. Rectify the lie, right? I get that. But the things that you're going out of your way to get mad about, it's literally bad creative. And people are criticizing the bad creative, observing, in real time that you're doing. There is no lie. They're just saying the thing that you're currently doing at the moment, it's fucking terrible. And no matter how many of the goalposts you want to move in order to make that narrative click with everybody, it ain't gonna work. Maybe with your AEW faithful, but you can tell these motherfuckers 1 × 1 = 2, and no Terrence Howard sit there clapping their hands like fucking seals for you. Now we get to the main part of the article, because you guys are probably like, damn, Devontae, that was a long diatribe. You got to set the context up for some of these motherfuckers in the audience, bro, because they hear what you say afterwards, or better yet, the things that you say afterwards, you just solely focus on without the context, and there's so many arguments happening in the comment section that they want to deflect and from the actual argument in the video, because they themselves, they can't go out of their way to defend the point that they know is actually happening in real time, so they obfuscate from the issue in order to bring up other points, because that's what they want to focus on, because that's the easier way to defend the company without actually having to go out of your way to defend the points that were into the video. You get what I'm trying to say? Check it out real quick. AEW Double or Nothing 2024 draws gate over $580,000. Now you're probably saying to yourself, Devontae, $580,000? What's so bad about that? Shut the fuck up. That's why you're on the video for. Open your ears, okay? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. That's for hearing. Double the hearing and less talking. So shut the fuck up. According to Poster, a report from WrestleNomics reveals that the 2024 AEW, what the fuck? Oh, fucking ad just came on. Goddamn fucking ads. Try that again. By the way, link is down in the description box below. According to Poster, a report from WrestleNomics reveals that the 2024 AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view in Las Vegas drew a gate of $582,204. The report also stated that the episode of AEW Collision that took place the night prior in the same venue drew $112,000 from a total of 3,944 tickets sold. This will make Double or Nothing the second highest grossing AEW pay-per-view of 2024, only behind Revolution back in March, but this will most likely change after AEW All in London, a show that has already sold 40,000 tickets. It should be known that the 2022 AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view event drew a gate of $1 million, and the 2023 event drew... You hear these numbers, right? Let me repeat this one more time, because maybe I didn't say that clear enough. It should be known that the 2022 AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view event drew a gate of $1 million. The 2023 event last year drew $900,000. So that's how they like to obfuscate from the issue. This is what I mean when I say and it's not even moving of the goalpost necessarily. It's literally just a complete deflection of the issue in itself, right? And mind you, good on the article for bringing this up, because you have AEW fanboys who will run with the statistic of, well, Devontae, you don't understand. This is the second highest growing pay-per-view event for AEW in the entire year, but your main focus will be on the word second, right? Without even taking into context what was the previous gate from the previous years with the same event in the same time slot, right? Because that's what we want to focus on, because that's how you can notate the decline of a company. That's how you actually have to engage with these people, because if you give them any room to run, they're hauling ass. As a matter of fact, GTA style, they're taking the car and they're driving that shit while you're still walking and you can't even see them on the horizon. Don't give them any room to breathe. Hold them to the fucking fire, because this is how you give them the opportunity to enable their behavior to still give the same comments to Tony Khan for him to run with and have the same exact attitude that he currently has at the moment that put his pay-per-view into the position that you currently see at the moment. Don't give them the opportunity to run like that, bruh. It was the second highest, let's get that right, of the year. Golf claps. Guess what? My second highest video of all time has 7,500 views. Can I say by that point that I'm one of the biggest YouTube channels of all time? Hell to the fuck no. Can I say that? Just because that's a personal achievement for me doesn't mean that it's an achievement. You dropped half. You dropped half. I was about to say 1/4. No, you dropped half, because it's 500,000. You dropped half of where you were 2 years ago. Half. That was the gate. 1 million, right? And now you're at 500,000. Now, granted, maybe I'm being inflicted by some of the brainwaves coming out of your stupid fucking audience, and maybe that's just contagious. You know, maybe it's like smells like Teen Spirit, and I actually do feel stupid, and it's super fucking contagious. Last time I checked, that's half, right? 1 million to 500,000 is half. So why are you going out of your way to promote a number in order to, again, third time using this word, obfuscate from the issue that's currently at hand? Could it be the fact that you're trying to deceive your audience to make you look a hell of a lot better than what you actually are? Huh? Or could it be your audience who are doing the same thing also? Because I gotta say, AEW, they should get a Guinness World Record book for the highest amount of unpaid interns I've ever seen. It's called the AEW Fanbase. Like, these motherfuckers running around, they do more PR work than the fucking PR team in AEW. But there's a little bit more to talk about in this article. Let me not just stop there. AEW budgeted $3,868,200 for Double or Nothing in Collision. That's the total. What is that? Is that even the total? Is that even the total? That's not even the total. That makes no fucking sense. The final Double or Nothing pay-per-view buys have yet to be revealed, and it will be determined if the company was profitable for the weekend, but AEW did apply a tax credit of $373,388 with the Nevada Governor's Office of Economic Development. What I would like to actually see personally is the actual net profit. Not the gross, because if you give them any reason to want to talk about the gross, they'll take every single fucking accessibility that is with the company in itself, and they'll tie it with it, and then you'll get the gross, right? Gross is essentially all of the things that you own currently, and how much does that make your wealth overall. So for an example, if I'm sitting in my house and I'm surrounded by nothing but my clothes, my radio, my refrigerator, and all this shit, all the things that I bought that currently reside inside my house, you're probably going to get a gross worth of about maybe $60,000, right? Give or take between $50,000 to $60,000. That's how much all my stuff in my house is most likely worth, maybe a little bit less, but around that, right? That does not speak on how much money I have. It speaks on how much money I've spent overall. That's the value of my entire asset. What I want to see is the net profit, meaning the money that you spent versus the money that you earned after you spent it, the ROI. Why don't we ever get those numbers back from AEW, right? It's always, well, this is how much this grows, this is how much this grows, this is how much this grows. No. How much did you net? How much did you net? We never get those numbers. Why? Because, well, I don't think you guys understand. That's too inconvenient for the narrative. The narrative that they're not making any money. The narrative that their current position at the moment is that they're fucking dying. What part do you guys not get at this point in time? It's been a couple of months now, right? As far as watching the decline of AEW, little by little, step by step, pacing slower and slower, heart rate beating slower and slower. It sounds like it's about to fucking kill over like Joe Biden on a goddamn podium. We see all these things occurring in our face in real time. But what they like to do is bring up other things to put directly in front of your face and say, pay attention to this. Don't pay attention to that. Why? So they can continue doing what they really want to do, which is their e-fed bullshit, and then justify it with the numbers that you're seeing dangled in front of your face, rather than the actual real numbers that kind of prove that they're fucking wrong. So if you ask me, what I get out of all this as far as the conclusion is considered is what I've been saying all along when it comes to the AEW faithful, is that you do not love AEW, you hate WWE. I'm gonna keep hitting on that point, and I want it to be fucking synced into all your heads and all your brains. They do not like AEW. It's not the love, it's not for the love of it. It's not for the love of Tony Khan. It's for the hate of WWE. Whether it's talking about wanting to get back at them for something that they feel wrong because we're not terminally online, or whether they feel like maybe Vince McMahon or Triple H or maybe anybody underneath the banner has done a lot of terrible things, so they want to side with AEW, which is hypocritical when you look at AEW's track record. Easy for me to fucking say, holy shit. Or maybe it's just wanting to feel special overall because, well, golly gee willikers, I don't want to be the mainstream WWE guy, so I have to be different in some shape or form. So I'm gonna side with AEW because they happen to be another wrestling professional. Man, I am fumbling on my words right now. I'm like, God fucking damn it. Allahu Akbar. There we go, we're good. Had to fucking go out there and recalibrate myself. All these things just kind of come into one, and you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying at the moment, right? It's not about anything but wanting to be right. No matter at what cost, no matter if it costs millions upon millions, according to AEW, according to Tony Khan, and what the company is worth, leaving it up to them, no matter if it means billions of dollars, right? Which is bullshit, but playing their game, playing their narrative, it doesn't matter in the end of the day. But that brings into, like I said, the beginning point. We're going to go 360 here for a moment. Everything in regards to this company can never just come right back to the content that they're producing currently on their television. It comes all the way back, it comes right back, and it will always be right back to low-cal status of focusing on all the endeavors outside of what the fuck you're producing inside the ring. Because here's the thing, nobody outside of the IWC give the flyest of fly fucks about AEW. That's just the way that it is. No matter how many people want to gaslight you and say this wrestler right here happens to be super duper popular because they got a pop within their arena, within their audience. No matter what they want to tell you in regards to, well, this happens to be the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, while ignoring all the other statistics that go outside of that information. Whether it's wanting to bring up every excuse in the world as to why your numbers are so fucking low at the moment. You got people on YouTube who are live streaming getting more views than you on cable. You can use as many excuses as you want to use. You can say whatever you want to say to make yourselves feel better. In the end of the day, your company is failing in spite of what you're doing in the ring. You get what I'm saying? You're constant having to think to yourself that your narrative is what's going to make professional wrestling better is a mockery that people are focusing more on what you're considering is what making professional wrestling better is doing, right? Right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Your failure of what you're doing in the ring, being made fun of, the being made fun of is getting more focus than the failure in the ring. It's a double-edged sword no matter how you look at it. So how do we actually rectify the issue? Well, you all know the answer to this. Not just getting rid of Tony Khan, because that'd be a little bit too easy and obviously a little bit too impossible. There's nothing you can do. That's the fact of the matter. There's nothing you can do. So much people want to say that Tony Khan is nothing like Vince McMahon. Oh, he's exactly like Vince McMahon. All billionaires are exactly the same. They got their money because they were smart, and therefore you can't tell them nothing. So the way I look at it, just let them continue dying. If they actually get to the point where they have a eureka moment and, you know, they just flip their company into a complete 180, then I'm all here for it. I'm a professional wrestling fan at the end of the day. I don't want to see AEW die. They want to see themselves die. And if you want to see yourself die, then holy, okay, fine. Fine. Where's my popcorn at? Where's my popcorn? Let me get some butter and salt on that bitch. I'll take it. Content for me in the end of the day. I much prefer you succeed, but if you don't want to succeed, then why the fuck do I care? I don't care about you succeeding. Go for it, bro. Goddamn shame, man. Yo, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below as far as the commentary is considered. I know I got kind of yuck mouth there for a minute. Don't mind me. I'm sitting in a hot ass car right now and had to roll up the windows because I didn't want any of the noise to be distracting anybody. I didn't want any of the echo to get out of here. So I'm burning fucking hot in this car. I got this little small ass fan. Shit ain't doing goddamn nothing right now. Ain't doing nothing right now. Ain't doing nothing right now. So I'm kind of disoriented a little bit. Yes, I can talk and still be disoriented at the same time because I'm the fucking man. But I am dying currently at the moment. So let me get the fuck up out of here and go get some water and go take a shower. Because then, you know, I can keep living and come back to diss AEW some more when Dynamite inevitably gives me a reason to diss them later on tonight. Oh, who knows? Maybe they might do good. Maybe they got embarrassed so much last week that maybe that might be the right kick in the ass so they'll, you know, get them going again. Who knows? You know, I know, who knows, you know, I am dying. Let me get the fuck up out of here. All right, catch you guys later. Adeuces and a P eyes.